Built on the site of a former piano factory, there's been plenty of music made on the field here in the decade since it opened back in 1998. Welcome, everyone, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore. Hello, all. Kate Scott up here in the booth. And joining me, as always, my partner, Brock Huard. All right, Brock, everyone hoping we see a competitive contest here. And both teams feel they can provide that.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I mean, you just stack these two teams up. We've all done our homework. They've done a lot more practice time and film watching and everything else. But by all accounts, the numbers will tell you, the talent will tell you, we're going to have a competitive chess match, and I can't wait to watch it.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Looking to throw right away. This one falls incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He rolls to his right. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Still sticking with the passing game. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
On first down, they'll run. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday, but doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Completes this one to Kraft. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. The rangy Kyle Hamilton getting there for the stop.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Here we go. From the gun on third down. He's got it near the 10. And he's out of bounds after a nice pickup to the 10. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
60 Eagles. Shut up.
It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Throwing now off play action. Headed out right. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Baltimore. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away. So a nice job to get that first score and take early control of this game.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Oh, and it's no good. So an early hiccup after the touchdown as the score will stay at 6-zip. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the jump.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
70 Lions. 60 Bobcat. 60 Come on. Set. Hey, smash Bronco. 18 left. 18 left. Go.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Offense up to the line fast.
19 Striker. 19 Striker. All right, 17. Hey, hey, hey.
They give it to him again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense in the hurry up here. They'll motion Johnson right. Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. And he scores. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars tie things up in the 1st. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Knock this through, and they'll take a lead into the break. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Jaguars take the lead on that successful kick. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. We've got a close one here. Back to the bank in just a moment. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 26 on 2nd down. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Dumped off to his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Sending a receiver left. Breaks across midfield, hits the opposing territory. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Gosh, I love that creativity of the play call. Name of the game is putting the ball in the hands of your best, your playmakers, creating matchups for them to take advantage. And this time, not as a receiver, but as a runner. That is job well done.
Brought in right side. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens trying to make some noise before halftime. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. They are throwing it again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. You know, sometimes, and you've heard this from a lot of the great coaches, know when to lose a battle to win the war. And that time, just simply not taking a loss, pretty big deal for the offense.
They'll run it here on 3rd down. And they're not going to reach the sticks. They tried surprising them with a reverse, but the defense stops them well short. 4th down coming up.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
Lengthy 4th down try here. They need 6.
Here we go, set.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Buying some time right. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a 4th down stand.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Nix from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's 3rd down now. Shotgun snap to Nix. He lofts it deep left. That's grabbed inside the 30. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Things looking totally different after that last play. It's 1st and 10 inside the opposing 30. Man in motion here. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
They'll throw again. Nix. Completed over the middle. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. They send a receiver in motion right. Now Nix on 3rd down. That one's complete, right side. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Nix. And that one's incomplete, but boy, are they lucky it wasn't intercepted. That was a risky shot, but fortunately, they still have 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, oh, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Again on 2nd and 10, Nix. And he will score. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars will add to their lead at the end of the half. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one right down the middle. And the Jaguars grow their lead to 8. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. He'll take this at the 10. Returns looking good so far. They'll bring him down on the return as he gets this to the 33. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down.
Here we go.
He'll throw it. Hits his running back. Escapes a defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Nix. Finds him over the middle. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Let's go. Left wing 19.
Nix with it on first. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Return the interception almost to midfield before the tackle's made. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up first and 10. Catch is made down the right sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field and it sets them up with first and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
Takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens start the second half with some needed points. Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. He's throwing for it. And now down he goes. He's sacked, and they're unable to tie this game. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. First and 10.
Back at 60. And up.
They put a receiver in motion right. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars push this to an 8-point game. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they had prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
Throwing here, Nix. And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. Well, Brock, they wanted the 2-score lead, and they got it. And now, I think it becomes a little bit easier to defend the lead in this second half.
It does. You know you're not such in a fragile situation. You got a little bit of cushion, but that attention to detail. Defensively, you cannot step off the gas. You cannot lose focus, but you sure do love looking up at that scoreboard and seeing a 2-possession lead.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Completed to his running back. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
No luck finding his receiver that time. So it's 2nd down coming up. They'll throw it. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Give to the fullback, diving straight ahead. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Sometimes it's not about flash and sizzle, Kate. Sometimes it's about old school football. Give your fullback the ball, and he's going to go get you a couple yards.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Oh, and they're going to have the fullback drive power for it. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Stop for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
Typically, the only way you're going to stop a fullback on a short yardage situation is to stop him before he could ever get started.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on to it for one final quarter. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They're looking to throw. They did it. He made the interception. And the Ravens have some new life in the 4th.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. That would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Here we go, set.
Slot man in motion left.
Check go.
Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. Touchdown, Baltimore! Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. And this one, thankfully, not off the mark. He gets it to go. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Handoff now out of the gun. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
He tries to sneak it, and he doesn't find open space. He only finds a defender who makes the stop. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Here's a give, fullback headed up the gut. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
2 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning for them to use, Brock. Here's 1st and 10. Nick's looking to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on to it in the end zone. Not an interception, only an incompletion. So they get it back. 2nd down coming up.
And that's a risk of putting up a jump ball in the end zone. You know, some of these defenders in this day and age can go up and get it with the best of the receivers. That's one they got away with. Should have been a pick and, frankly, a touchback.
That's complete, right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 33 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Jaguars down by only 3. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Here's Nix to throw. Hauled in left side. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Here he is to throw. Has it down close. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness, and it's always offense, offense, offense? Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down for a big red zone stop.
They'll try and punch it in. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. The defense takes its third and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Okay, ready?
They've held him out twice. Here we go, third and goal.
Let's go now. COVID-19.
They'll keep it on the ground. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
This one is up and good. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
He'll look to throw it. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Setting up to pass. Connection made with his running back down the middle. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Set.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. Big gain downfield. It's a huge pickup on the play. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal.
Ready.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down.
COVID-19. 7-5. Go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Now to throw. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going, and when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done. These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him, and he delivers.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that's going to fall incomplete. We're down to 9 seconds left.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Baltimore lined up in punt formation. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. That's going to do it for regulation, so some bonus football in store for all those fans in the stands. We're headed for overtime. And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First throw of overtime now. Davis there to grab it. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot.
Oh, what a hit! Jars the ball loose! And this is picked up by the Ravens! For one side, an incredible mistake, and for the other, a clutch defensive play that could set up the end of this game.
This is overtime, baby, and every play is amplified by 100. And now some life to go get yourself a win.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Has him on the quick hitter. He has room past the 25. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead. So it ends as a win for the Ravens. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So that's going to do it for us here at EA Sports. This has been another presentation of Madden Ultimate Team.